So we had enough. Next year, we will have enough, and we're going to be right back in the same situation, and we're going to get it done.
Thanks for stopping by. We got a good video for you guys today. First and foremost, make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Please share the video. And before the video is over, please like the video. It doesn't hurt, it doesn't cost to do so, and it helps the channel grow. So what did y'all think about tonight's game? What did y'all think about the Celtics Game 7 versus Miami Heat? I'm ecstatic. I mean, I always felt like that games 4 through 6 were fixed games for various reasons. For the NBA to get to a Game 7 brought a lot of ratings, in my opinion. And congrats to the Miami Heat. Boston fell short. It is what it is. Injuries is part of the game. Jayson Tatum went down in that first quarter with a little injury. Jimmy Butler has been tweaking his ankle since God knows when, and he's been playing through it. So let's not use that as an excuse. But the Miami Heat definitely showed up today when they needed to. Now, first, let me get started with the Boston Celtics, because I think that losers in this case is going to go first. Now, I don't understand. I don't know. Maybe you guys can let me know. But just because an organization has 17 championships, don't make them a classy organization. And I'm sick and tired of hearing about the Boston Celtics being a classy organization. Quite frankly, I think they're a piece of shit organization for various reasons. And tonight it was on display. Not only did they boo their own team after coming back from a 0-3 deficit, they booed their own team at the end of the game, which if you was a real fan in Boston, a real fan of your team, you'd give those boys a round of applause for fighting themselves out of the mud to give themselves a fighting chance. Whether they were fixed games or not, the presentation was that, hey, listen, it's a 7-game series, and these boys fought out the mud to get to that point. You should applaud them for that. If you're a Boston Celtics fan, you don't disrespect your team as such. To add to that, when the Miami Heat accepted the presentation of Eastern Conference Championship trophy, they also were booed in the background. And you can see the Heat organization, especially when Jimmy Butler accepted the MVP. You can see the look on the Miami Heat's faces, and you can hear the murmurs in the background. And quite frankly, it's embarrassing. And it's not shocking. Me personally, I think the Boston fans, a majority of them are racist fans. We're talking about Boston here, so they can try to cover it up all they want. But they've been coveting a racist fan base for a very long time, and they basically showed their ass tonight. They basically showed their distasteful, classless ass tonight. Accept the loss, move on, and just pay respect to those who actually are playing hard. Now, the Miami Heat, I mean, Jimmy Butler got the MVP, but listen, and he got it with respect. Listen, they've been riding his back the whole season. This is Jimmy's team, no doubt about it. But we can't take away the fact that these boys has been operating with 7 undrafted players. Tyler Hero went down. Oladipo went down. And they're playing with 7 undrafted players. Not to mention, for those of you who forgot, the Miami Heat had to participate in a play-in just to get into the playoffs, where they lost that first play-in game and they won the next 2 play-in games to get the 8th seed. And with that 8th seed, they proceeded to make it to the finals. I think that speaks volumes, and it definitely shows how much of a damn good coach Eric Spoelstra is. To make that work, it's remarkable. And kudos to them. Kudos to them, no question about it. But my thing is this. This young man right here, Caleb Martin, is by far one of the best players I've seen yet that don't have a big bag, who's just playing with big heart, and he's out there just trying to win. I mean, this boy showed up every game of this series, and damn well he could have been the MVP instead of Jimmy Butler. But we get it why Jimmy Butler got it. It's his team. And let's not get it twisted. Jimmy Butler did show up. He did show up in tonight's game. He had 28 points. Great stat line. But as far as holding this team down, Caleb Martin, this boy played with a passion that was unmatched. And when this boy's contract is up for renewal, he better get that bag. He better get that bag. No question about it. You better get that bag. Because it was stuff like this. This type of competitive, look at him, he's getting after it. He's getting after it. And you see the flopper, Marcus Smart. He's the biggest flop in NBA history. But this boy, Caleb Martin, these are the type of winning plays that will get you to a championship series. So much respect to Caleb. Much respect to Caleb. And I just want to just play that Jimmy Butler trophy presentation where he got the MVP trophy. And let me mention this. A lot of people felt that, I want to just chime in on the Lakers real quick. If y'all can recall, the trophies that they're giving out this year, coincidentally, happen to be both Laker and Celtics trophies, whereas they're honoring the great organization, so to speak, as well as the greatest players on those teams. I believe the Western Conference was the Magic Johnson Trophy, and the Eastern Conference was the Larry Bird Trophy, which Jimmy Butler received tonight. We're going to play that just out of respect for Jimmy. But don't you think that that's kind of weird that the Lakers and the Celtics was that close to making the finals, and there was a high possibility that both of those organizations would have received trophies that were actually named after their organizations? Think about that. Because as far as I'm concerned, the Denver Nuggets and the Miami Heat said, fuck the script. We're going to beat these teams. We don't care what script Adam Silver and the NBA has stirred up. We're just going to just spank these teams. And I commend them for that. I really do. I really do. Right? I really do. So let's just get into some Jimmy Butler getting his trophy.
To the MVP of the Eastern Conference Finals, the Larry Bird Trophy. And Alonzo?
Jimmy Butler.
Keep Jimmy's face.
You know, Jimmy,
you hear the
late in our telecast tonight in the fourth quarter, they replayed a clip from last year after the Eastern Conference Finals when you said a year from now.
And that was the actual clip that you guys saw in the intro, where he basically said, this time next year, we're going to be in the same spot and we're going to push through and move forward. This man kept his word. And again, that's respectable. And he gets the growl for this. He gets the growl. He gets that monster sports growl. Because that's monster-like. That's very monster-like. Without a doubt.
We're going to be back. We're going to be in the same position, and we're going to get it done. How did you know that?
I have so much belief in myself and this group of guys. In the squad that Coach Pat and Spo and everybody else put together, I see it every single day. I know how good of players that we have. I know how good of a team we are, and we made it happen.
Saw Pat Riley here moments ago, and years ago, Jimmy, when I had just started at TNT, which is about 30-something years ago, I interviewed Pat, and he said, in basketball, there are two things. There's winning and there's misery. And you've experienced both now in 48 hours. How did you come back from Game 6?
We stayed together as a group, as a team. We talked about going to get a tough one on the road. We did just that, but we're not satisfied. We're excited, we're happy, but we got 4 more to get.
I like Jimmy's attitude, man. I really like Jimmy's attitude. Jimmy Buckets plays hard. And when you play hard, there's great rewards. And I'm glad to see him get back to the finals. Will they beat Denver? Who knows? It remains to be seen. But if this group can continue to play with the energy and fight that they've played with throughout the entire playoff run, anything is possible. Anything is possible. Tell me what y'all think about that coach, too, of the Celtics. In his first year, he's going against Spoelstra. I mean, Spoelstra's a vet, knows how to coach very well. But that coach, I think he was very rookie-ish, and it showed late. He, scrambling for help in his in this last game. Looked like he saw it was like a deer in the headlight look. He didn't know what to do. And listen, can't blame him. Another notable topic in this game. Will this be the end of Jaylen Brown there with the Celtics? Who knows? But, I mean, they've been through this experiment already, quite some time already with him and Tatum. It really hasn't went anywhere. And that kind of sucks. They went to the finals, I guess, the previous year. They had a chance to go. This year would have been back-to-back. But, came up short. And the Heat, the Heat's been making finals appearances as well, too. Their last finals appearance was the bubble. And now they find themselves going back there again. So, y'all tell me what y'all think, especially about this Boston Celtics organization. Like I said before, I think they straight trash. And I'm going to get the growl on that. They are straight trash. Let's get that growl again. They're a classless organization, and they should be ashamed of themselves, how they behaved and reacted at the end of that game. They should have been more professional, and their fans should have been more professional and applauded both of those teams for having a hell of a series. Y'all tell me what y'all think in the comment section below. And definitely tell me what y'all think about the Boston Celtics organization, because we all want to hear it. It's about time we give them that smoke, because this entire time everybody likes to paint them as this classy organization, and we all know they're more of a trashy organization. So with that said, we are out. And again, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Like the video. Please like the video. It will help us grow. And let's get out. Peace.